right, welcome back to another car session. I'm here driving, you're there, and we're getting well. Listen, I'm feeling uncomfortable, I'm feeling discomfort, and that's what we're going to talk about today, because we're trying to grow, we're trying to change. Life needs to change. It's not how I want it to be. I'm not happy, and I don't want to be powerless over that. Like I just have to accept it, and that's it. That's not what we're about over here. That's not the right message. It's not true that life sucks and I've got to deal with it and leave it as it is. There's so much that we are empowered and powerful and able to achieve and to accomplish. So we're a few months after the whole let's get excited about January 1 and resolutions. Any day is a good day for a new resolution. And whatever the reason. Last night I was talking with somebody who is using Lent as his reason for making some changes in his life. But so you make a resolution, you want to change. You've identified something that's not how you want it to be, and you want it to change, and you figured out how you're going to go about doing it, and then you're doing great. You actually are starting to do it, and then it's going to come the next part. We have to troubleshoot. You know, the back of the manuals of anything you buy. So if you have this, do this, and if this happens, do that. So what's going to happen next is you're going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel strange and weird. Why? Because you're doing something new. You're doing something different. But I'm acting in a way that's different. I am now expressing myself, and I wasn't before. I'm now asking people to help me. I wasn't doing that before. I'm now saying no and having boundaries, which I wasn't doing before. And then comes the discomfort. I feel uncomfortable. It feels uncomfortable, and we've been trained without realizing it to run from that. We're always talking over here about learning how to live, because so many of our issues and struggles are really a lack of life wisdom. We were never taught. We were taught how to do geometry and how to share our toys, hopefully, in kindergarten. We weren't taught how to live, how to use the body that we've been given, how to deal with the emotions that we have and the thoughts we have. And so if you look, you see it, I was watching YouTube, and the videos come up, and I'm in Israel, and it's like a very stressful crew over here in the Middle East. But the pain, the anti-pain medication advertisements were just insane. Be afraid of pain. It's like, oh my God. But if you want to understand more about this that I'm talking about, we were never taught how to live, watch the advertisements for whatever, wherever you are. YouTube is one. I'm not watching TV, so look at the advertisements. Take a step back. Instead of being in the ad, being an animal that's being pitched at, in the ad, actually step back and play scientist and an observer. Be like, what kind of a person is going to respond to that advertisement? What emotions are they playing on in that advertisement? Anyway, so this was anti-pain medication, and it was just fear the pain and get relief as fast as possible and make the pain go away immediately, fast. It's whoa, 1 second. But that's the problem. Here we are finding ourselves, we're implementing a new change, and it feels uncomfortable, and the line between discomfort and pain is so blurred in our lives. But we're going to change that. We're going to take it back, because we're about being conscious in our mind. We're about being present in our thoughts. We're about having conversations with our thoughts, an assessment, and a thorough vetting process in the mind. And by the way, yes, there are certain types of thoughts that are always bad, and you can have a travel ban and not allow them into your mind and thoughts. But we're about being more present and choosing which thoughts we're going to allow to hang out in our mind for a while, and those that are not healthy and not in line with our goals, we're going to kick them out and replace them with something else. That's how it works. Unlike Buddhist meditation of trying to get to a state of no thought, we're always thinking. Thought is so close to our inner essence that it's constantly radiating with thoughts. So our ability is to choose a different type of thought that we want to think. And when it comes to this discomfort, we've been trained. There's like a lot of knee-jerk reaction type things. Feel this, think that. This happens, think that. They do this to me, think that. And it's always the worst for us and always puts us in a negative down mood. And that's where we've got to go in there and reset all of those. They were set for us. Like factory settings. We come with a bunch of factory settings that are not going to make us happy. They work for the factory. It was about the factory, And that's why they're factory settings. And then you can go customize your preferences. That's the whole point. But no one ever said, okay, your child is over, you have your factory settings, but are they working for you? No. Okay, so let's make the preferences. No, we just keep living with the factory settings. Can you imagine if you live with the factory settings on every appliance in your life? You didn't customize anything. You'd be like, oh, it's a really great appliance, but just, it doesn't really do anything that I want it to. Because I need to set the settings. So we're resetting settings. And we're changing our thoughts about discomfort and pain. There is pain, a sharp pain, where the body is saying, hey, this is not a movement I could do, or this is uncomfortable. But then there's a regular discomfort, which is not a problem. Go to the gym, and there's discomfort everywhere. That's how a muscle grows. And so we need to retrain our minds. There's nothing wrong with discomfort. If I decide to start brushing my teeth with my left hand, it would feel really weird. It would feel strange. It would feel bizarre and uncomfortable. I would still do it. I might cut my gums or something like that. But it's going to feel uncomfortable. Nobody doubts that. Nobody doubts that they're going to go to the gym and start doing a bench press. It's going to feel uncomfortable. There's some strain over there. All of a sudden it comes to emotional work, our personal growth work. And we get so freaked out, like, no, I can't have any pain. I can't have any comfort. That's baloney. There's nothing wrong with feeling uncomfortable. In fact, how do you know that you're going in the right direction? Is that you feel some discomfort. It feels really uncomfortable to say no to people when you've never said no your whole life. You have no boundaries. You do whatever anybody else wants. And you never tell other people what you want. You never tune into your own needs and wants. It's just whatever anybody else wants. To start saying no feels so uncomfortable, like everyone's going to hate you and they hate me, and or they're so upset. I made someone upset because I said no. It's really uncomfortable, and that's good. If you're trying to change in a certain direction and you're feeling discomfort, keep going. If you're feeling pain for whatever reason, which I've never experienced, but if you're feeling some real pain, then fine. Then that would be what to look out for. But it's not. It's discomfort, and that's one of the ways that you should move closer to it. What should you move away from? Guilt. I've never seen anything positive about guilt. Fine, you want to find some kind of an exception to the rule, but the vast majority of times, factory settings have trained us to feel guilt. We've been controlled by guilt for so much of our life. We feel guilty about other people's feelings. We feel guilty saying no. Try this for the next 2 days. Guilt, I run away from it. I ignore it. I kick it out every single time. Discomfort in the direction I'm trying to go, just keep going. Try that out. Let's see how it goes. And we're going to change the factory settings. I like this idea, factory settings and presets. I just thought about it now. Thank you, because I'm sitting with you guys. Let's get in touch with our factory settings and start doing the presets. Throwing off those old patterns and ways of thinking ourselves and the ways of doing things. And every time something comes up, I'm thinking the same way, and it's never in my benefit. It's never my positive way. Well, we're going to do some presets. I like this. I'm going to start working on this idea. A couple other books I got going. I better get out of the car if I want to write all these books. All right, have a good day. Running from guilt and running towards discomfort and succeeding.